Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. It seems we are about to see some pretty significant updates drop in Battlefield 6. Over the course of the past few days, there's been a ton of different devs going through and tweeting about some of the major upcoming fixes, addressing some of the game's larger issues right now, some of the pretty extreme bugs and glitches that are being exploited and really just obnoxious to run into in gameplay, some of the other main things impacting aim, and all sorts of extremely important elements of gameplay that are currently bugged, glitched, or broken are going to be addressed here in the very near future, it would seem. So we've got quite a bit to break down here today in terms of what upcoming updates have been officially confirmed. As we go through everything, if you guys enjoy the video, you find the information helpful, do me a favor, drop a like. It's always seriously appreciated, and it does really help the channel grow, and share the video around to new viewers. And speaking of new viewers, if that happens to be you, or maybe you just have not subscribed yet, right now around 56% of viewers watching are not subbed, and we are less than 3,000 subscribers away from 1 million. So if you want to stay in the know for everything going on in Battlefield, this is the place to be. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. So first up here, just prior to Season 1 dropping last week, it was asked if anyone knew if the AGM laser exploit was going to be fixed in Season 1, with obviously the main, problems going on with that being abused in game. And Julian Manilov here, a developer on Battlefield 6, ended up saying, I don't think something can go out that quick, since this was only a few days just before Season 1 went out, and they obviously already had their patch notes all lined up and ready, and the update all out and, preloaded and ready. Probably a patch or two down the road. So for those worried about this AGM laser exploit, it does seem like the next time we see a decent sized update go out, a relatively significant update go out, this will be something that is addressed at that point. Another person asks Julian here, can we please get a fix on people getting on the roofs via the drone exploit? This has been an issue basically since the first day of the game, and now more and more people are discovering this. And so if you play any map that's got some rooftops or an area you're not supposed to get to, there's a good chance someone's going to be on a drone the second the game starts, sledgehammering that thing and getting onto that roof with their redeploy beacon. Julian does say the drone exploit will be no more. Back during Battlefield 4 live service, I remember adding a system of being able to add 3D out of area volumes anywhere, so design could put those on rooftops or other undesired places to prevent potential exploits in the future. I'll check with the level and design folks why this didn't carry over / when can they add it. Adding David Serland here, since we both worked on that. Then it was also asked quick fixes to let the sledgehammer instantly destroy the friendly drone. Of course, people will still get to rooftops with ladders, but at least that drone will be gone. And Julian does confirm the drone glitch is fixed already on their side, so it's not a huge concern anymore. I'm thinking about other potential future exploits of getting somewhere not desired, like jumping out of a jet or a helicopter to reach such places. So it is confirmed now, the drone glitch is fixed on their current version, on their dev build of the game. We're just waiting on that full update to be sent out across all platforms here, hopefully at some point this week, of course. And they're already looking at preventing other future exploits that get you to those out of bounds areas that you're not supposed to get to by adding in sectors that'll just kick you out. It'll give you you return to the map in 5 seconds or you're going to get taken out, basically. So good news that the drone glitch is fixed and that update is coming here soon, but also they're already working on things for the future to stop similar situations from surfacing. Some more pretty important controller updates and aiming updates being mentioned here as well. Parasite ends up giving his thoughts on RedSec so far, mentions that controller feels a little bit off. Julian asks, regarding dead zones, are you playing with a Sony controller on PC? Parasite confirms he is, and Julian confirms there is a low-level compatibility issue going on with Sony controllers on PC right now. So if you're using a PS4 or a PS5 controller on PC, the dead zones are not correct. It's actually 10% stick range cut being applied before the dead zone support of the game itself, so we're working to get this resolved ASAP. So this has obviously been a big thing so far, with controller aim and responsiveness just not really feeling correct. There is something clunky going on, and it's confirmed here they are aware of the issue and they are working to fix this soon as well, which is a very, very important one that hopefully comes much sooner rather than later. Julian does go on to explain a little bit more, saying it's a 10% by 10% dead square in the raw controller data. It doesn't even blend. Each axis is just instant jumps from 0 to 11% when it crosses that motion threshold, which explains why things feel so weird at the dead zone. But again, Julian does confirm, found the issue and got it fixed on our side, getting the raw input now without that zeroing in the center. It'll reach you in the live game with one of the upcoming patches. So the only real problem here is we don't have an ETA on when this upcoming patch is going to hit the game. It could be later today by all, no means. It could be later on this week. Hopefully it won't be too much longer than that, since these are pretty high level issues going on with aiming, with the glitches going on in game. But they have already fixed several of these major problems on their side, and now it's just a matter of when this update is going to be released. And then we get more aiming updates confirmed here. Tactical Brit giving his thoughts on some things here and some upcoming updates, like the controller on PC dead zone fixes coming, some information about the mode with the servers that we've covered before. Gets asked here, are changes and fixes for aim assist coming? Snapping on multiple targets or trying to move over your crosshair is sometimes difficult when the AA slowdown is too strong, and Julian simply confirms, yes, there are updates and changes coming to aim assist, so hopefully we can fine tune those settings a little bit more and really perfect your aim off of that. So even more settings to add to the already very lengthy list of them that we can go through, right? But again, good news with this one. There's also been some large issues going on with the season 1 patch notes, and seemingly not everything mentioned in the notes being applied on day 1 of the update. They didn't do a very good job communicating that not all the notes would be live right away when the first patch dropped for season 1. For instance, Enders ended up quoting his tweet here after playing the game saying, there's still ADS sway penalties that are insane. The spread bug after sprinting is still in the game as well. And someone ended up asking Florian, another dev on the game, if this is a bug or what's going on here, and Florian confirms the bug fixes are not fully in this update. Might not have been clear from some of the previous communication, but they are coming into a later update during season 1. So the issues with a lot of the bloom and the spread not functioning as intended, some of the sway being too strong, some of those things mentioned in the season 1 patch notes just straight up are not active yet, which is kind of frustrating that wasn't presented clearer in the patch notes. But at least we get the confirmation that yes, they're not live. It's not like we fixed it and it's still a major problem. They're just not fixed at all yet. And Florian does go on to confirm here, saying there have been some relatively minor changes to some weapon recoil and dispersion in this week's update, referencing the season 1 updates, but they're not the changes that fix bugs related to dispersion, as those were discovered after this week's patch was already locked down and ready to release. Hence why we have to wait for this next update to have so many of these major problems actually fixed and addressed. He also continues and says, so you can expect more changes to follow with the bug fixes. We're also cooking a general pass to dispersion or bloom, and we'll keep monitoring the feedback after each update to inform more adjustments. So across the board here, we have so many high level things, major issues being addressed, including the drone glitch, some of the laser glitches in the spotting and the instant takedowns there, aim assist and controller responsiveness and dead zone problems, and bloom and spread weapon behavior problems, all confirmed to be getting fixed and updated here in the very near future. So of course, once we see this stuff actually pushed live in a new update, we'll be covering the full patch notes when those ultimately are released. We'll be covering any other future comms as well if the devs detail more of when to expect these changes or anything else they may surface. So if you want to stay in the know for all of that and additionally everything else going on in Battlefield, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications, and if you enjoyed this video, a like rating on your way out would be seriously appreciated. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.